And we're back with the bullshit that nobody wants to fucking talk about. And little bits of my story here and there. We are, however, working on remembering that bitch right there, capital B. Is beautiful. Amongst so much ugly. You know, many people want to get offended when I call them ugly, right? I, as a person, am never talking on a physical level. I see you on a soul level. I've been a special child. I always still feel like a child because this world is so big and disgusting. And I'm the only one who's ever protected myself, showed up for myself, fought for myself, whooped somebody on behalf of myself. But I'll whoop somebody on behalf of somebody I give a damn about. When's it my turn? When is it my turn? That's the question. The really good people you want to push aside and you got through it, you got through it, you got through it. I lost my fucking mind. Some days I feel like I'm still losing it. So many people expect me not to sit in anger when it's the only choice I have. So to further the complexity of my videos so far, I live in a city, Seattle, Washington, very like Portland, Oregon, where demonic substances are decriminalized. They don't set up safe places or havens for people who don't do drugs in shit situations. They just put you with predators. And what that looks like is like the place that Magnolia and I currently are grateful to rest our heads. And I do genuinely actually mean grateful. I would rather not be outside being fucking men trying to touch on me all the fucking time again. And then men on drugs continuously assuming, yeah, that must be on drugs. I'm gonna fucking harass this bitch. Or yuppies all the goddamn fucking time. If I haven't said it enough, look at your mama like that. Not me. Your mama. Your mama, not me. Because I really will whoop you like your mother should have. I've proven it many times. And unfortunately, proof of capability, let's just say law enforcement, I hope you're painfully aware. I don't fuck around about predators. Too many people do. So I'm gonna continue exposing all of this nasty ass bullshit since I'm stuck in this nasty ass place anyhow. And because I've got literally nothing left to fucking lose. When my child died inside of my stomach, that was the moment that I knew that nothing was gonna ever be the same. That's when I saw things differently. Here, they gift addicts, I say they gift them. They gift these things, these creatures, these demonic fucking parasites with luxuries that addicts in other states don't have. Let me explain that to you. I have gotten on the phone many, many times with law enforcement here in Seattle, the city of Seattle. And no, I was raised in an adoptive family that tried to conform me to believe what they believe, which is law enforcement are the good guys. They're not, okay? For anybody who's currently in the process of waking up, they are not your friends. So long as mental illness can be used against you, whether or not it's something that you do or don't actually have, abuse is very real, and the effects of that are very real. I don't remember where the fuck I was going. See, my brain is so fucked up But I am intelligent. I never stopped being intelligent. I started getting touched by things, by creatures that were continuously encouraged. I've gotten on the phone with these fucking fucktards and was given the excuse of their hands are tied. What the fuck does that even mean, Seattle Police Department? Your hands are tied. You don't have enough police officers? Well, you know what? Here's the thing. A 2-year-old could understand the concept of if you let the bad guys do what the bad guys want to do, what they're going to do, if you just give them their permission, it's not going to help anything. It's not going to make it any better. You just worsened the situation, and especially for unwilling victims like myself and my puppy and several other men and women and men that I've met in this city. I've met a lot of people that were first tourists. They got hooked on the demonic shit they were giving out here, and they stay. This is just a constant loop of hell and poison, and I've tried escaping it many times. I've come to my understanding that I'm meant to be here, that provoking demons is legitimately what I've been born to do my whole fucking life. It's why adults in my childhood couldn't quite understand me, and they hated me at the same time because I was not a normal child. I knew things before they happened. I could feel them before I said anything, and eventually I stopped saying. I stopped speaking. I just shut up, because that's what you're supposed to do in a compliant society, correct? Correct? But here's the thing, are we all gonna keep staying compliant? Are you gonna keep being a fucking robot dummy? So yeah, me? No. Fuck no. I've been put through hell way too many times to continue being compliant in a society that is not meant for people who are special, who were placed here to fix this shit. You with me? Are you following? Are we using our brains here? Because you know, God gave you a brain for a reason. You're supposed to use it, by the way, if you didn't know that. There's a lot of people here in my city that are not aware that their brains exist inside of their bodies, and that you're supposed to use them. Yeah. But then when somebody like me wants to speak up, it's, that bitch must be on drugs, because I'm telling the truth. They put me on drugs because I won't sit down and just be compliant and pretend like all this nasty shit isn't happening around me, that it hasn't happened to me, that I haven't been forced to shut the fuck up. Well, this is why my mouth is fucking open now. I'm gonna regurgitate this shit until I'm done. And I don't give a fuck. Clearly. You see me in my stressed phase, in stressed phase. My body goes from being a healthy, normal, beautiful weight, which makes me feel so much better. I'm working on feeling okay about being tiny again. I had one of my teeth fixed about, what is going on, maybe 2 weeks ago now. 2 weeks ago now. It took a long fucking time for that appointment to arrive. I used to be mean and say junkies don't have insurance. But the thing is I ain't gotta be mean to anybody to expose shit. The problem with me is I've always known I can be meaner than the person before me. That's why I like to be left alone. Just a week before I hung myself in March or April, it was end of March, beginning, I can't fucking remember. They put me in a goddamn loony bin. But it was one of my spirals that I just couldn't take it anymore. Just blatant evil just fucking thrown at my face. Just slashing the fuck out of my soul, my heart, my brain, my beauty, my intelligence, just because I am in the right. I choose greater evil over greater. I choose greater good and greater evil. That is not necessarily what I meant to say, but it is what I meant to say. Some people are meant to disrupt this shit. I'm gonna violently, physically show somebody why you don't do that. I know there's plenty others like me out there that will not sit by and watch bullshit happen in front of their faces. It doesn't make us wrong, it doesn't make us bad, and it definitely does not make me anything separate from God. I go about fixing this shit a bit differently than most people would. I don't know if you can see it. There's a nice good scar right here on my palm. I had 4 stitches a week after I tried to hang myself. Because predators here, they're just giving excuse after 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 motherfucking excuse all day long. Nothing is ever it's never gonna change. So I have made my oath to my child. I have made my oath to my lineage that this is gonna stop. Seattle Police Department, I know you view my posts. This is gonna stop. Because I can guarantee you there are others like me who are done. They just don't have the ability to speak up. Well, let me speak for them. All victims matter. Just because it's not you, it's not your mama, it's not your child, it's not your girl, it's not your wife, just because it doesn't affect your life, you're a fucking law enforcement personnel. Do your fucking job or step out the goddamn way. Because for everybody who won't, there's somebody who will. Sometimes you have to force somebody to stop what they're doing and make sure that they understand there's a reason not to do it again. But as I was saying, tomahawk. It's one of my favorite things to say. This is my most recent favorite scar. Tweaker with the fucking tomahawk. Would you believe it? Isn't that crazy? You know, I've never met a tweaker with a tomahawk. But I says to that bitch, drop that shit. You can't fight. That's why you have that knife. That's why you have that blade. Because I'm just using my brain. She's scared. She's got a big old blade because she cannot defend herself. That's just put 2 and 2 together, duh. And so what I do, I whooped her ass. Proudly. 5 cars deep. Y'all thought I was the one with the tomahawk. No, I was just taking care of the problem that you refused to take care of. I shouldn't be excited when I say I bashed that bitch's head in with my fists. A bloody ass hand, mind you. Because greater good is supposed to win over greater evil. I shouldn't have to become violent to stop violence. That's where this world has come to. The sky is so pretty behind me. It's actually really nice today. I don't want to go out and about into that nasty ass city and then deal with nasty ass people all day long. So I sit in the shadows on my phone, music, my movies, my fucking TV shows, my education. Oh yeah, we be researching all day long. Educating. My brain doesn't do anything else other than absorb. Hi Tinker, you broke my necklace. She did on accident. So many people want to think this dog is a malice, evil, bad dog that's gonna fucking attack them or kill them or something. I don't fucking know. She's a 23-month-old puppy, okay? Puppy. She's a big baby. Naughty baby, mind you. But we're working on it. This dog loves children, loves women. She questions men, as she should. You can't be a man that I don't know and get anywhere close to me. As it should be. When Magnolia has her puppies, when she has babies, I'm not going to take that from her. Being that I had my own life experiences. No, as I was saying, there are those that are deserving of safety and protection. And the society chooses to make those that are awful, heinous, ugly soul beings at the top of this fucking food chain. Well, you know, as soon as we all become sovereign citizens, that's going to become a bit different. That's going to change. Because you're going to understand there are leaders in this world that have been sitting back and just watching shit. Just watching it. Just, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I've been knowing this shit. Yeah, Like the Epstein files, not a surprise. Now, see how I see that? They want to know what you going to do about it. What are you going to do about it? I've been saying it for years, my whole fucking life, really. You ask an ex-foster kid if the foster system itself is corrupt, I guarantee nearly everyone I'm gonna tell you the exact same answer. Yes, the fuck it is. I actually personally don't know any child or anyone. We're all grown now. I personally don't know anybody who's been in and out the foster system and wasn't sexually assaulted. I've rarely ever heard of foster stories being positive and wonderful. I was adopted by prejudiced pieces of shit that minimalized my abilities and my intellect because I was too much for them to understand. Meanwhile, they shouldn't have adopted to begin with. My brother and I endured a lot of psychological abuse as a child that is still not. I don't need no apology. Still not. It still hurts. It really does. I've never had an actual home because the entire world is my home. Okay? We're all sovereign, dummies. I think I need to go sit in the shower and rejuvenate before I make another video. Walking around this shit is exhausting and it disgusts me. Look, I'll tell people from other states that Seattle is not the same. Like, they'll tell me over and over, this is just as bad as other places. No. I've been through 16 different states. Sorry, I've stayed in 16 different states. I've been through 23. Okay. No. I swear, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, Arizona, most definitely. Even Michigan. Higher rate of pure moral people. Higher rate of people who will actually step up and do what is right. Question for anybody watching. If a woman were to be assaulted in front of your face, if your reaction is more, it's not a question, it's more of a statement. If your reaction is to pull out your phone and drop your fucking jaw like you're catching flies, you would never associate with me. We are not the same. We are not the same in any way. Because my reaction is do something about it. And yes, it does make me feel like I am better than others. I'm not better than anybody else who has pure morals and a good heart. You can do the most egregious of things for the right reasons. Why do you think we have pedophiles that are placed in the jail system, in the prison system, and they're taken care of? Your own government won't take care of the pedos, but bad people will. See, why I hang around the places and the people that I do? Because I would rather not be in the face of snakes. Is that more mentally exhausting than just looking at a person and saying there's a fucking person behind that. And yeah, yes, we have been working on the compassion portion of people on drugs. I just don't particularly like no goddamn man on drugs. And the ones specifically that don't take no for a fucking answer, or don't take social cues or hints. Like, I am not here to have a conversation with anybody. You know, see, I can't just sit at a park or do things like this without people coming up to me. And I'm starting to also learn that's part of the gravitation of me being a light worker. It's more like a gray worker. And I'm not ashamed of it. It's starting to scare me less how many people are gravitated towards me. In survival, all I'd ever known, all I still know, because we're still surviving, is I don't know what your intentions are. I'm gonna be a bitch. I don't understand where you're going with what you're saying. You seem a little strange, you're a little weird. My dog definitely says something about you, you get the fuck on. Oh, right, full circle. Magnolia's puppies. They're going to women that not only deserve a companion, but like need one. So long as you take care of that baby will take care of you. Seattle Police Department, you motherfucking cowards. Cowards. Fucking cowards. You know, they shut up 5 cars deep for this shit. Guaranteed. They thought I was the one with that tomahawk. You know why? You want to know why? You want to know why? Here's the tea. Marcus Eccles. What's up? 6'2", hella cool. To my most previous roommate that I was paying rent to be in his apartment. I gave this man a chance because he said he was not going to go back on the drugs. He just got released from prison, was on probation. All right, you $4.50 to be on a fucking futon? Cool. I don't got to deal with the gross ass men outside trying to fucking touch on me. Cool. Awesome. No. I didn't want to have sex with this man. Because I'm not a touchy person, because I'm healing, because my child was raped out of my stomach by a fucking junkie. Because I'm not okay. You know what I mean? I pull a blade on a 6'2" man on drugs. And guess who law enforcement arrests? Proud. By all means. They need to do it again and 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 again so I can make more content on this disgusting shit. But, yeah. Plain size differential. I am 5'4". This man is 6'2". Actually, his paperwork says 6'1". Tinkerbutt. Hi. Hi, lovelies. Good morning. Alright, well, it's not morning anymore, is it? Oh, it's about to not be. Excuse you. Friends are coming back out, honey. It's okay. Oh my gosh. She loves her herd. She's half cattle dog, so she's got her peoples. And God forbid you fuck with one of her people, and not just her mama. That's why I know her babies are gonna be phenomenal companions. Anyway, 6'2", hella cool. Marcus Eccles was not arrested, even though, I was arrested on felony charges. They go through the fucking video, the footage. Come to find out, he put his hands on me first, as I said. And of course, a grown man on drugs, I'm gonna pull a blade, and I'm gonna go for your throat. I'm gonna stick you in your side first, and then I'm gonna go for your throat. okay? Because I'm a small woman, and I was taught it's a fight based on my size. When there is a clear size differential, there is absolute motive behind an arrest like that. Seattle Police Department, I feel you owe me like a personal apology. Not even feel like you do owe me and every other victim that you have placed in these situations a fucking apology for being cowards. You know, Arizona knows the difference between somebody who is traumatized or somebody with illnesses that were accumulated through trauma, right? There's a difference between that and somebody who's on drugs. They also understand out there, they call it coexisting, those with the mental illness and the drugs, which those are the real fucking psychos. You ever have a hammer thrown at your head because you're not the voice that was talking? I've had a lot of demonically challenged people. That's how I'm gonna say it. Demonically challenged people placed in my life. And wow, another connect made. Wow. So essentially, we're just gonna be processing all this shit on video. Interesting. Baby Stank. Did I just see you lick something weird on the ground? We don't do that, honey. That grody. It disgusts me when ignorant motherfuckers get irritated or agitated with me because I'm shouting at my dog. Let me ask you something. If you were painfully aware of how much demonic shit is just laying on the ground, I'm talking about that's exactly what these drugs are, demonic. Junkies here aren't responsible for cleaning up after themselves. And so there's foil fucking everywhere. And my dog has gotten this in her mouth. And thankfully, the couple times that she has, I've snatched it out and nothing happened to her. However, this is news for everybody, or not news. Hopefully helpful tip or information for anybody with dogs, and that is in a high junkie area. If your dog ever swallows foil with drugs on it, you give them charcoal. You force that shit down their throat. It's gonna save their life. Now ask me how I know that. Because I've been doing this for so fucking long. So many people can't understand how I just never ended up on drugs because I have the heart and the soul that was meant to do this, bitch. I also have the fucking vocabulary and the agitating mouth of conviction. So listen the fuck up if you aren't already. Sit down, shut up, and take direction. Because all I'm doing is telling y'all, hey, stop spreading poison, you bitch ass. I'm working on my language. If I ever want to go back to working in childcare before I exit the matrix completely, just, I can't be using specific language, even though we've got predators out here actually doing harm to children. Oh, man. And special message for all of the fucking females who seem to think it's okay to defend that shit. We are located at I'm so fucked up I can't even speak, but here's the thing. I run my fist better than I run my mouth, okay? We are located at Salvation Army in Soto, Seattle, Washington. You want that fade? You a bitch. A little bitch. Not a big bitch, a little bitch. Not important and insignificant. If you are for the condoning of abusing the vulnerables, we are not the same. You can get the fuck out of my peace, my space, my face, everything. We are not the same. There's some of us that have experienced some of the most extremes of evils in our life. And we feel that shit. We feel it. I go downtown Seattle looking for a fight half the time. Nobody wants to fight me, huh? Interesting. I'm crazy. I must be on drugs. You know, I can tell you, the only drug I was on most recently was Zyprexa. You know, it's crazy. Zyprexa is a psychosis medication, I guess. There was 3 different doctors who would not give it to me because I was supposedly, my psychotic, I did not express, apparently I was not expressing psychotic symptoms. Well, here's the thing. Why would I express psychotic symptoms if I know I can mask it and manipulate the people around me to stop doing what they're doing to me? And instead of being a target. I still need to help my brain. That's why we got Mary Jane. Stupid. And if you're a girly or a guy that needs that medication, I don't want to encourage anybody to be taking any medications, because nature is nature, and there's a way to heal yourself besides big fucking pharma. I don't know what I'm doing. Just keep weirdos keep going. I cannot stand eye contact, man. That is fucking weird. Why do motherfuckers do that, yo? Round of applause. I'm thinking about who that was for. Me. You know, that was for me. Yeah. And Kahali Smith, if you've made it this far, you will never be my mom. You will never be my mama, and you will never be me. Here's where we drop snippets of my story. I'm working on stuttering not being so aggravating. Okay. You may have gotten away with what you did to your own daughters. You're not going to get away with what you did to me. You're not going to get away with what you did to my mother. You're not going to get away with whoever the fuck you're manipulating now. Whoever you're having sexually assaulted for your drugs. Oops, I said it. And I'm gonna stay angry, because that's what fuels. That's fuel. Anybody who feels like you can't be angry about literal fucking evil, I'm gonna need you to do something for me. I'm gonna need you to introduce this bottom lip to your upper lip. I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna go back in our thoughts. I'm gonna remember, anger is not inherently a negative thing. Rage is not inherently negative. It's what creates change. Stupid. But I'm crazy. I don't have a damn clue what I'm talking about. And I shouldn't be vaping. But I stopped with the cigarettes. Ew. Anyways, That's all. So today. Probably not today. I might make it not go later. But, what's up, Kahali? You don't deserve the recognition or the title of auntie. You should have done right on your children, your sister, and the rest of your family. Oh, and for my bitch ass baby daddy, I will take care of your son's murderer. Me. Because I've got the balls for it. It might be up here. My balls are bigger than Texas and fucking the entire North American continent combined. Okay? Bigger balls. Bigger purpose. Bigger concept. Stupid.